guys, welcome to the Lessons of the Lashpreneur show. And this handsome gentleman right here, I want to call him like the late night talk show host of our industry because he's both entertaining, engaging, mildly attractive. You know, you got it going on, Jamie. He is kind of this odd duck in the industry in that he's a man who serves our lash artist industry. So between him and Paul from Lashcast, you guys are like the bros of our industry. And I'm so excited to have you on today, not only because I feel like this has been almost, I don't know, a year and a half in the making of you and I having a face-to-face conversation, but also in that you stirred the pot a little bit in our industry and brought up a very kind of controversial topic, which we're going to dive into.
Yes.
Drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Butler. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Go ahead. You ever had an intro like that before?
Never. I was just about to say that is, my head is like there now. I think also though to be put in the same group as Paul from the Lashcast is pretty awesome as well, because we are two people fighting against it. It's a woman-led industry in it, which is obviously is brilliant, but we are fighting against it. Yeah,
I mean, you guys are definitely brave to jump into the cattiness that is women sometimes. So welcome to Hormone Central. So you and I, we go back. So I remember your first email to me. Do you remember emailing me the first time?
Yes.
And I was like, who is this dude who wants me to do his job for him?
Yes. Yeah, I remember.
You're like, I'm too busy to write blogs. You seem to be good at it. Can you do it for me? And I'm like, what? Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Jamie from the UK. Just wanted to jot.
I've got to say it now. Now I have you face to face. That I promise you I was a massive fan, and I thought everyone will love you if we can just give you a platform for people to find you. And I think our wires might have got crossed.
Your wording was a little off because it sounded like you were too busy to, do your, but I totally get it. And I am a huge fan of yours as well. I remember when you came on and I was like, oh, that's that same guy that emailed me. Let's sit back and watch what he does. And I've been so impressed, just not only with your mindset, not only with your fun, lighthearted spirit with things, and just kind of taking the seriousness of being a lash artist and a business owner out and just having fun with social media. And I definitely love that. I think that we take ourselves way too seriously, and it's very admirable that you kind of jump on there and you're a little self-deprecating, and you show behind the scenes. It's interesting and entertaining.
It is. It's good fun. To be fair though, I think if you go back and look at some of my beginning stuff, it is very awkward. It is very weird. And then obviously now to come all the way through back to this, it is.
As we all are. Have you heard the story of my first Instagram live where the camera was facing the wrong way? And
yes, I remember that. I remember when you spoke about that.
Y'all got to start somewhere.
Yes.
All right, let's dive into the post heard around the world. Share with me. Let's share the quote of the image that you shared from Zig Ziglar first, and then we'll dive into what your thought behind it was.
Okay, right. Everybody looking. This is the Instagram post that was shared.
I'll link it up in the show notes for those that can't see it.
That can go and see it. Yeah. Originally, I've said this before. When I posted this, when I post anything, I know if there's going to be if it's controversial. So if it's talking about adhesive or something like that, I know that there might be some sort of reaction. But with this, it was genuinely my honest opinion that I thought everybody did feel the same, but just needed that nudge in that direction. But was I wrong? So the quote is from Zig Ziglar, and it is, do more than you are being paid to do, and you'll eventually be paid more for what you do. And that was it. And the whole premise of it was, I wanted to say to people that it's okay to give advice away for free, to help people, to give as much of your information as you can, only maybe little bite-sized pieces here and there, to help build authority, credibility, to make people trust you. And I still 100% believe in that post and what I said. I'm aware that there are people that do disagree. So I'd love to know if anybody's watching this, what your opinion is straight away.
Yeah, I highly recommend people one way or the other, because I feel like it's one of those things you're not kind of like sitting on the fence for. You are vehemently one way or the other. Go keep the conversation going on this post, but absolutely keep going, keep sharing your belief behind it.
Yeah, so it was just the thought of I've managed to I think it was only around about a year and a half ago that I started my Instagram and stepped out of just dealing with LashBase's Instagram account, which, by the way, if you go back even further than a year and a half and go back through the 4 or 5 years of that LashBase Instagram account, has always given away information for free. And then I have built my own personal brand, my own name, through giving away information for free. Now, I understand that I don't currently offer training in marketing. However, that will be coming, and I will still continue to behave and act exactly the same way that I do right now. And I believe by giving away more free stuff, more free advice, more free help, you'll make more money in the end. People will pay more for it. And that is something that I do believe in, although some of my very, very good friends within the industry really disagree.
Really disagreed. Really disagreed.
I can't believe everyone got so fired up.
Is that the best feeling?
Oh, it was good fun. I was sat there at home with my wife, and she's not in the industry, and I was going, Gemma, women are ganging up on me. They're ganging up on me.
I think I only joked in the conversation for a little bit. And when I think it was Jill Heiliger's Pelican, liked my comment, I was like, oh, the queen has spoken. Okay. So I agree with you in the philosophy of sharing free value and sharing tips, advice. As somebody who this interview right here, completely free of charge. You can find it on multiple platforms. I have 52 episodes that are free advice. And it was interesting because I was at an event this past weekend and somebody asked me, when did you feel like your business took off? And I'm like, I'm just getting started, guys. I've only just scratched the surface and I've been doing this for 2.5 years. The Lashpreneur started with 1 minute LashBiz tip of the days. And shout out to Hillary Brand because she was doing 1 minute Lash tip of the days, and I kind of just took that idea and ran with it.
She DM'd me and told me to scroll back to October 2013 on her first tips of the days to show how long she has been giving away free advice for.
Back when it was 15-second videos. She really had to get it out there. But yes, I did that for 3 or 4 months before you ever had the opportunity to work with me. And then I moved into one-on-one coaching and group coaching, and I still gave away free advice. And now I do 15 minutes a week on free advice and tips. And I think one thing to clarify, and I don't know if this was something you saw in the comments, is we're not saying screenshot your manual and upload it online and say, here you go, everybody. But even if you were to screenshot one page and share it, does that mean somebody knows how to be a lash artist? YouTube is free, and there's entire trainings on how to become a lash artist on YouTube. Does that equate success? Maybe. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm on the belief that no, it doesn't. But share with me kind of the comments you heard on the against sharing free advice as a means of providing value and building authority.
Well, some of the comments that were made, I think some of them, like I said, they got so passionate. It's such a subject that people get so passionate about. And one of the things that was said, one of the comparisons, I won't name any names, and this is not meant to offend anyone. Again, I just want to say.
Let's clarify. There is no right answer here. There's no right or wrong. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Great.
Yep. Right, there we go. So there was a comment. It was saying, well, do you really expect Burger King to call McDonald's and say, can you give me the secret sauce recipe? And McDonald's will go, yeah, all right, we'll give that for free. That wasn't what I meant. However, going back to what you've just said, even if McDonald's did say, yeah, okay, yeah, you can have it, here it is that really going to make Burger King, McDonald's, or
right, does that put McDonald's out of business? Does that mean people don't want to buy chicken nuggets? Does that mean that they don't want to buy Whoppers? Or are they loyal to the brand?
And some of the other arguments were that if there is a specific technique or a specific thing that you are teaching, if you give that away for free, then what do you have?
And I love that right there, because I get it. I mean, you understand these perspectives, right?
Yeah, completely.
The way I perceive it, and I'm probably thinking that you come from this frame of mind too, is this limiting belief that we are only as good as our current knowledge. And that's the only value we bring to the table. If that was true, and this has happened before where people didn't grow, evolve, change with the times, that they became obsolete. Our industry evolves very quickly. New things are coming out all the time, new strategies, new products, new application techniques. If you're not being innovative or not in continuing your own education, then yeah, you do become a dinosaur in the industry, and nobody wants to learn from a dinosaur. Or you have to charge really low prices because you're outdated. But thinking,
just imagine it, the first person that did the post application cleanse decided that was a special secret thing, and they weren't going to tell anyone that one unless they paid for it. Mm-hmm. How would anybody else know that person was actually up to date if they were saving all of their up to date good stuff for their classes?
Right. So and just because you learn one technique to help prevent allergies, does that mean that from there on you have nothing else to learn, or from that person that's their one trick pony? It was funny, one of my society members who wanted to come to the event that I spoke at, she's like, are you just going to teach on the same things that you teach on in here? And I'm like, homegirl, I am not a one trick pony. Like, I can come up with 20 different ways to teach on one subject. Mindset training, there's like unlimited things I can teach on. But what I want to clarify, my perspective on how I present my free value, is that it is a lead source for me to build an audience that I then move into a marketing funnel. And I talk about marketing funnels in a couple of episodes, but that is one step into my marketing funnel, and they trust me. There's also this law of reciprocity that when you get wins from someone and you didn't pay for it, there's this feeling of an indebtedness that, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You've helped me so much. The podcast is so amazing. Like, I've learned so much. There's a customer buying cycle that it's maybe not an instant purchase, but we have 900 people on our wait list for the Lashpreneur Society, and I have not promoted the Lashpreneur Society very much at all since we closed the doors in February. 900 people. Is that because I didn't give away any information?
I'm on that wait list.
You're on the wait list. Okay, buddy, we'll talk. But that's the thing, is that it builds up this this anticipation, this I need more of you, I need more of your mindset, I need to be around you. It's not just because I teach Instagram strategies. I could teach Instagram strategies all day long. You can teach somebody how to, one fanning technique. Does that mean that they're automatically a success, they've made money, and they'll never need anything else from you again? No, it's likely the opposite, that they're so hungry they want more from you. Oh my gosh, she taught me one way to do a fan, and now my time cut down by half an hour. What else can she teach me? So
totally agree. Yeah, I think as well, there's when you've got your, especially because a lot of this is all online, I still reckon you should give away stuff for free in person as well when you get the chance to. However, if you're giving someone just like basically puzzle pieces of information, and you're giving them puzzle pieces, they would probably rather, after having all those great puzzle pieces, have someone pay to have somebody go through and put that all in order for them, to give them the bigger picture that they've got. So giving away puzzle pieces of information is only going to benefit the business.
Yeah, and I equate that, I have that same analogy. It's not the puzzle, but it's this, your free value is the what and the why. And the paid value, what somebody pays for, is context. It's the order. It's the step-by-step. It's the hands-on approach. It's having the mentor or the coach right there to get that individualized attention. When you're just giving away free value, you don't put it in order so they can build on it from there. You kind of hodgepodge it all together, and it's just one quick tip that gets them value. And then it's another quick tip. But then, yeah, like you said, it's a puzzle piece. It's just this bunch of information that they have, but putting it together to build on like success, that would be something that they would pay for.
Because one thing on the other side of it, there is, these people are going to exist whether you do give information away for free or whether you don't give information away for free. And it's the ones that will never be your customer. They are the people that will just take all the free stuff, and they were never going to be a customer or a student of yours anyway. They're the ones that you don't focus on. That I seem to think that people might have been burnt before,
Yes.
because someone's taken their free stuff and used it for themselves, they're not the people you should necessarily be focusing on or worry about. You should really concern yourself with the people that you're providing value to, that are starting to trust you more and more and more, and start to like you more and more and more. And they're the ones that are going to be your paying students.
Agreed. 1,000% agreed. And I get it. Yeah. There's a lot of shady people in this industry. And quite honestly, if you're an educator, you should have standards as to the types of students that you want in your business and who are going to really have success with your type of training, because that's a win-win for everyone. You have fantastic testimonials of students, and you have, people who are magnetized to you because of the value you provide and the wins you're getting them. I think when you get burned by 1, 2, maybe even a dozen people, and you write everybody else off as being shady, as stealing from you, you are doing yourself a disservice, because you're not thinking about the people that actually need the help. Maybe they are saving like crazy to afford your course, and they don't want to go into debt because of it. And so their plan is to take your course next year. But if you start like all of a sudden restricting your information and being high maintenance and difficult, or resenting the following that you've built because they keep wanting more from you, it might just be that they're lacking tact or a strategy to get these give me your tips and your best strategies for free to move them into their marketing funnel or their paid programs. And I'm okay having that conversation. Like, influencers out there, if you need more strategy and tact in how to get somebody to move into your paid funnel, by all means. Like, I'm actually building out a curriculum of how I've done that with the Lashpreneur for people who want to be influencers and have larger platforms. But when you build up an audience by giving away, information and tips, and then you start to get resentful when they want more information and tips from you, you just need a path to get them into your paid stuff. So again, there's no right or wrong here.
No, yeah. I can see people's point of view, and there is no right and wrong. Another thing that I think is there's all different types of reasons for why people will pay. And if you're giving away and you've built yourself as this big authority, I actually said to one of the people that did disagree, a very good friend of mine, that I even personally would pay to be in the same room as that person, to have that one-on-one time. I would pay to be able to stand there with my certificate as a status of, look where I've been. You've seen how good this person is. There are people that would pay just for that in itself, rather than, even if all the information, you give every piece of information away, there are still people that would pay to have that one-on-one time, that the status they get from being able to say, I've been and trained with.
Yeah, and I absolutely see that, because I will say, again, that we had a phenomenal event that I attended this weekend, and
Awesome.
I know, kind of all over the place. And the majority of the people there were followers of mine, but not students yet. And the amount, I'll share more about that. I think I shared about it in the last episode, but it was kind of like being the Bachelorette, because I kept getting pulled places, come take a picture with me over here. Hey, I have a question for you over here, which was amazing. But these are people that are not currently paying students of mine, but yet I, as the Lashpreneur, drew them to that event because I was there. I've had people come up to say, like, you're the main reason I'm here. I wanted to come see you speak. And most of the stuff I taught on stage, you could probably scroll back and put together puzzle pieces of my presentation. But when I'm there sharing it with context and in a step-by-step order, and sharing the 5 content themes that I teach on with Instagram, well, all of a sudden I become the goddess who's given them so much information, and they're still continuing value. And so I agree. I think it's a limiting belief, just throwing that out there, when we think that we're only as good as our best information right now, and not thinking that you're going to grow and evolve and find better ways to teach people. I think a lot of people need a coach, they need a mentor, they need an educator to get out of their own head. And by you providing free value of a step-by-step, that's not the only value you provide as an educator. The value that you provide goes beyond just teaching someone step-by-step. That would be a one-trick pony if all you did was isolate, dip, and place. But when you believe in someone and you show them a way, and you find a customized way for them to do it on their own and give them little wins, and then when they pay, they get bigger wins, I think that's I mean, for me as an educator and a teacher, that's a huge, huge like high for me when I get my students huge wins.
I completely agree. Yeah, I think it's strange. I've been trying to think about it from the other side. Why shouldn't you? And again, I can only think of things like the people that disagree have either been hurt before from it, or they're relatively new to the industry and have had success using the scarcity sort of, I can't tell you these things, you've got to pay me, and they've had recent success with that. So why would they risk all of this success that they're currently having by changing from not telling people to suddenly start telling people?
But aren't they still giving away free value on their platforms? Maybe they're just not acknowledging that that's actually what they're doing, or that their value is, I mean, if they're being asked to speak places, heads up, speakers in our industry, we don't really get paid. So that is something that's out of pocket for us. We're actually paying to go speak and give free information to build trust and authority. So maybe it was just the way that it was presented that there was a misunderstanding that they're supposed to just like email everybody their manual. Even if you did, let's say you emailed every single one of your followers your manual. Does that mean they automatically know how to do it? Or is there more you teach on besides what's written down in front of them? I don't know. I choose to believe no, there's not.
No, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, Jamie, let's wrap this up. What was your biggest takeaway from this controversial conversation that you started?
My biggest takeaway is that, again, it's so clear to me that you should just do you. Just be yourself. Do it your way. There is no right or wrong. What I believe doesn't have to be what they believe or you believe. It just, if it's working for you and you're successful and you have a sustainable business, then I think thumbs up, you are doing it right your way. There is the argument on the other side of it. If you maybe can't see that far ahead in the future and you're successful in the short term, you might want to consider changing long term. However, if you're happy, I think you should just do you. That is my main takeaway from that. Lots of people agreed, lots of people disagreed. And who am I to tell them they're right or wrong?
You're Jamie freaking Butler is who you are. My takeaway from that conversation is I want to empower our listeners, especially those that are thinking about becoming educators or influencers or who want to be or who are. Experiment with this theory of giving away free value. In fact, maybe my challenge to you influencers out there is go live for an hour, half an hour, 15 minutes, whatever, set a timer, and just start answering questions from the people who show up. Or teach on one thing you teach in your manual, and then at the end have a call to action to join whatever program it is that you offer or whatever training you have coming up. See how it works by giving away some of your most amazing stuff in one little sitting, one little 15-minute session. Hey, if you like this and you're hungry for more, I'm coming to a city near you, or DM me to request, whatever city I'm coming to or near you, and see if you don't get more people interested in what you have to offer.
And that is exactly.
Throw it on IGTV if it does really well. But test it out, experiment with it, and see for yourself if giving away free advice doesn't lead to more sales.
And I believe it definitely will. I have just this weekend run a marketing workshop, and that was one of the main things that I said. You've got a manual that you teach from. All you would need to do is one section of the manual, even if it's perfect iPad placement. If you made a video and gave that on how to do that, people are going to want to then, with a call to action to come and train with you, they're going to think, well, that person knows their stuff, I'll come along. But all you've done is just given a small bit of that manual. Yeah.
I mean, an example that's coming to mind for me was Frankie Widows, who has tons of really technical, detailed stuff on YouTube for free. And the second I found out she had a program many, many years ago, I jumped in. She now has built that out to be products and trainings. And Homegirl, I don't think, is hurting. And yet she very much was that step-by-step in one little, 10-minute clip of her showing you how to isolate, dip in place or something like that. It's just experiment with it. That's all business is. We're all just making it up. Nobody knows the exact path of what's successful for your business because we're all different. Just experiment with it. Well, Jamie, tell me more about where people can learn about you and your pot stirring ways and how to follow you. Let's get you to that 10,000 follower mark so you can get your swipe up.
Oh, okay. As soon as I get to 10,000 followers, I promise everybody, every slide will just be a swipe up.
Oh, great. They're really excited for that.
No, I'm joking. You can find me at @LashBase_Jamie. And the whole idea of the page, when I started it a year and a half ago, was so I could put a bit of myself into the industry, because I'm the head of marketing of LashBase. So running one of the biggest brands in the UK's Instagram account, I can't do things that are as controversial as that post that has made this interview happen. So yeah, go there. I respond to every single DM that I get.
Yes,
I try my hardest to go through every single comment. However, obviously sometimes if everyone's commenting with lots of different emojis, I can't. And I think once I accidentally deleted somebody's comment and then that was it. So every single message I've replied to, apart from one person, I don't remember.
Me too. You guys want to ask questions about business and marketing? You've got the people who give you the free stuff right here. Okay, Jamie, thank you so much for being a voice that may not be as common in this industry, challenging people's limiting beliefs, giving them a bit of fun in their day. I always recommend people go on social media to be inspired and to not feel like they're in competition, and your account definitely provides that, where it's entertaining, it's interesting, it's inspiring, it's motivational, it's educational. So well done. I'm so honored to be on the level with you, to be interviewing you, and I think we're speaking at a business event later this year together. So when that's announced, we will we're gonna have to take some selfies together and maybe show some stories and give away some free information.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right, Jamie, thank you so much for joining me. Everyone else, have a good one.